Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Garland. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Brought down at the 20.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards there, first down.
But that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. But if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
18-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. James Bradbury there to make the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. On 3rd down, Garland. Throw left side complete. It's Love. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
In their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Jackson on 3rd and long. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. Back deep, D.D. Westbrook. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Called out a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
38-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, 1st down. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Right there.
Throwing again. Garland. He'll look underneath here for Love. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you, and you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. 54. All day, every day, any day. Mike 5-4.
They'll run for it with Love. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
To throw on 3rd down. Garland back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone, get you 6?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and...
The Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense. And the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
Nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and... Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown.
For the point after.
So now 2 pick-sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead,
and that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit, because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles around the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garland. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Jets on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Garland. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Johnson. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Jackson on first down. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 32. And the return will stop right around the 25. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. David Njoku, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up first and 10. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up second down.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And this now 3rd and 11 after that second down completion actually went back a yard. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Complete.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
13 yards. And a Raven first down.
Jackson will throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And now here is another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Operating from the gun, Garland looking deep downfield and unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. To throw again, Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that is incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Being chased out left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a jet touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Jets 37, Ravens 6.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible change. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver.
That'll bring up second down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A second down completion got them 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. To throw again is Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Ravens 14.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
To throw on 2nd down. Garland trying to lay one up deep. This is caught at the 20. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And to give this time to the tailback. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Operating from the gun. Garland. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
3-yard line. One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Jets 44, Ravens 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of
big chunks of yardage the last few plays, and the Ravens have another first down. Again, Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
35's the mic. I got you.
Now they try the right side here. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it, I think.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game.
The score, Jets 44.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick.
The kickoff for Baltimore.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Shotgun handoff now for Love. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Garland. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports.
21.
A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
The keeper.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Ashton Davis.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Now Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Ashton Davis.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Defense offensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
The partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? Let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. 58, right there. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Ball carrier.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A rough go there on 3rd down. A loss of 4. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now it's Jackson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
20-yard line.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
To throw is Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll throw on first down to Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
As I will recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes over with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. One last shot for Jackson. Steps away to his left. Open man is Duvernay. And all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Tonight's final score, Jets.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jets, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2 and 4 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.